Welcome into Winning Formula. I'm Tatum Everett alongside voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen, and Vikings Entertainment Network's Gabe Henderson. And after Sunday night, guys, I sat back, remembered my favorite Ted Lasso quote. What is the happiest animal in the world? It's a goldfish because it has a 10-second memory. So that is what I am channeling right now as we head into this short week, taking on the Steelers up next.
I knew I needed to watch that show. And now that the goldfish is the happiest animal on earth, I need to watch that more often because this year has been up and down.
Yeah, Ted Lasso is a source of positivity, and I know we want to see some more positive play out of the Vikings this week. It's a Steelers team, an offense that's really been inconsistent, the youngest in the league by far, but led by veteran Ben Roethlisberger. So what do teams have to do, or what have teams been able to do this season to disrupt that offense well?
Well, I made the mistake of thinking Ben at this stage of his career, you know, like old, crotchety, rickety. That short week, man, he's got to be bad, right? Well, when I started looking at the numbers, I had to stop after a few years because he goes lights out. So we can take that in a box and just throw it away. The Cincinnati Bengals held the Steelers to 51 rushing yards, and they controlled the time of possession with a nice little keep-away game. They had 35 minutes. That's key. The Steelers are -3 in the take-give, and they're -7 in losses. So they'll give the ball to you when they're losing games. This Najee Harris is a creature. He's a beast. He ain't that fast, but he's really tough to bring down. So slow that running game, keep the ball away from Ben, and win the game.
Yeah, Najee Harris, when he rushes for 70 yards or more, they're 5-0.
There you go.
So stop the run, do that best, and then use two safeties behind them. That's what the Bengals did really well. They played cover two, made Big Ben throw some short passes and not take any deep shots. When you force Ben to make a big play or make him think a little bit, he'll throw it to you, and that's why he had 2 interceptions on 2 straight drops against that Bengals team.
And another thing to remember, if you're close with them in a game towards the end, like it's been all season long, you don't want Big Ben to have that after what happened on Sunday with the Ravens. Speaking of the Ravens, the Steelers defense able to get to Lamar Jackson 7 times. It's kind of turned around since TJ Watt is back in the lineup the last 2 weeks. So how does TJ Watt make this defensive pass rush that much more dangerous?
Well, when you have 16 sacks in 10 games, like you're elite. And what they do so far as a defensive line, they have their 3 defensive line just clog up the other 4 guys, and they give TJ Watt a one-on-one with the right tackle, left tackle, middle line, or center. And if that's the case, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to take their chances. And when he's in the game, you know where he is because he's moving around every side of the ball. So don't let him get started. He's a guy, if you let him get started and let him get comfortable, you're not going to have a great day. So we have to monitor him and know where he is at all times. And
they rotate players en masse. I mean, they're always bringing in fresh players. They got this cat with the last name Wormley. He's really, really good. He's just one of those beef eaters nobody's heard of, kind of like the first game of the season with DJ Reader and Larry Ogunjobi. These AFC names we haven't heard of, but it doesn't mean they're not good. So they keep players fresh. TJ Watt right now, he's the hottest defensive player I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, no doubt about that. The film speaks for itself. Both teams, though, on short weeks. So we head into Thursday night. Paul, let me get your predictions for the Thursday night football game first.
The Minnesota Vikings will run for more than 150 yards in this game. We are going to have 150 yards of rushing or more. That's going to pave the way for some throwing touchdowns in the red area. And I predict young Kene Wong-Woo scores his first offensive touchdown.
Ooh. I like it. Gabe?
Well, now it has to happen.
Yeah. Well, if we run the ball well, that means there's going to be some shots down the field. And I think WESTBROOK in that case will have his first touchdown as a Viking. Adam Thielen may or may not play, but if he doesn't, I expect that next guy to step up. The Steelers team, they run a lot of cover 3, which means there's a lot of field open down the seams. Let 2 guys go over him, wide open. WESTBROOK in the end zone.
And if these predictions do not come to fruition, just remember, everybody watching, you are goldfish, and you have a 10-second memory.
Nice.
So don't add us.
What a full circle moment. A lot of firsts in the predictions. I like that. It's going to be an electric night out at US Bank Stadium for Thursday night football between the Vikings and Steelers. Kickoff is set for 7:20. You can watch it on NFL Network or Amazon Prime.